Talia wanted Damon to leave, so she used the excuse of being sleepy. She needed space. Ever since the incident with Cassie, Talia didn't find a moment to collect her thoughts. First, it involved Stephanie, then Maya, and now Damon, and Talia didn't get a chance to think about what happened and what she would do about it. Well, she knew that she should leave the pack house, but the question remained, how far away should she flee? There must exist some safe distance from Damon. Damon felt amused by Talia's newfound spunk. She seemed determined to stay away from him, but he had no intention of leaving her side. He chased Cassie away, and that had to count for something. You can't sleep like this? No, not really. Talia moved her arm. The sleeve of Talia's t-shirt hitched higher, and Damon narrowed his eyes when he saw a fresh bruise on Talia's upper arm. Damon pushed himself up and examined the bruise. It showed a palm print with 5 fingers seen clearly. He didn't need to ask how that happened. He gritted his teeth as rage swelled inside him. If Cassie stayed anywhere nearby, he would snap her neck. Damon didn't know how to handle the whirlwind of emotions that swelled inside him. Anger, dejection, guilt. But somehow, it all soothed by the sweet citrusy scent of freesia and those delightful sparks that formed as he held Talia's arm. And the only thing he wanted involved getting closer to the gorgeous girl who looked at him with her big, honeyed eyes. Talia thought that since Damon got into a seated position, he would finally leave so that she could have space to breathe without his proximity muddling her mind. But in the next moment, Damon slipped under the comforter, and she found herself in his embrace. What are you doing? Talia reacted instinctively to move away from him, but she was also elated by his touch. Shh! Damon shushed Talia and pressed her head to rest on his shoulder. You said that you can't sleep when we hold hands, and I know that you like to sleep like this. So, sleep. Talia couldn't believe this. Who said that she liked sleeping like that? This seemed worse than holding hands. Talia stopped her futile attempts to wiggle out of his hold and relaxed into his embrace. The feeling of his warm body next to her felt nice and sent shivers of excitement up her spine. The bossy alpha wanted to cuddle, and he pinned her against him, just like when he found her in the attic and the next day in the car and in the hotel room. And she already knew that she couldn't win. But he wanted to say something, so maybe he would let her go if she heard him out. I'm sorry for what happened this afternoon. Cassie had no right to talk smack, and she had no right to hit you. I feel responsible for it, and if there's anything I can do to make it up to you, just say it. My soul aches at the thought that you got hurt on my watch, so let me hold you. Please, it will make me feel better. Talia felt ready to hear many things, but she didn't expect an apology. Did Alphas apologize? The sincerity in his voice rendered Talia speechless. He truly felt sorry that she got hurt. But the strangest thing involved the fact that Talia got bullied, yet it sounded like Damon needed comforting. Talia didn't understand why, but for some inexplicable reason, she believed him. Maybe she wanted to believe that he cared and that he felt sorry. Talia knew that by tomorrow all that might change, and Damon would go back to ignoring her. But at that moment, being next to Damon felt good, and she didn't want to fight it. Her thoughts of leaving the pack house didn't disappear, but she pushed them aside for now because people treating her well happened rarely, and Talia wanted to enjoy every second of it. Damon felt pleased to feel Talia relaxing against him. No skin-to-skin contact occurred, but even through clothes, the sensation of Talia's proximity felt out of this world. Damon rolled on the side to face Talia fully, and he held her tightly against him, with his nose resting at the top of her head as he inhaled the sweet, citrusy scent of freesia that made him lightheaded. Ever since their nap in the hotel when they shared the bed, Damon itched to sleep with Talia in his arms, and he felt delighted that it finally happened. Talia was like his drug, his addiction. Everything about her seemed perfectly made for him, and the fact that her left arm draped over his waist improved the experience by several folds. Damon chanted internally that it's just a hug, sleeping next to each other, and he would not do more than that. But his body had a mind of its own. He felt thankful that due to the angle of their hips, Talia remained unaware of how hard he felt. Damon knew that Talia lacked experience, and because she seemed oblivious to the fact that they were mates, if he made a move on her, he would appear like a creep. He would take it slow. How far? He didn't know, and he tried not to think about it. Damon? He smiled because her voice sounded soft, and she didn't use his title. Yes? You have women warriors in your pack, right? Our pack? He corrected her. And yes, we do. Can I train? I want to get stronger and maybe learn some moves to defend myself. Damon didn't like the idea of Talia fighting, but he admired her desire to learn and improve. When Travis says that your physical condition is fine, we can start. I have an appointment with him at 10 in the morning, so I will ask him then. I will go with you. Thank you for everything. She really meant it. For punishing Cassie and for bringing her dinner, for saying that she could train. And even though she didn't feel fully comfortable with him in the bed, Talia couldn't deny that if Damon didn't stay with her, she would think about Cassie and that slap and continue her plans about getting out of there. You're most welcome. A pleasant silence blanketed the room. Talia shifted a bit, and Damon rolled on his back so that Talia's head ended on his chest, and she felt surprised that their position didn't feel awkward. She thought about the day that started with Talia waking up on Damon's hand as a pillow, and everything that happened after that. And it seemed undeniable that this day marked the most eventful ever. Other than the unpleasant few minutes with Cassie, it felt overall positive. Damon? Do you plan on sleeping here? She had to ask. Is that a problem? She didn't know how he could act like this seemed normal. You have your bed and... Is something wrong with your bed? Talia wanted to say, there's nothing wrong with it other than the fact that you're in it. But she didn't dare say that out loud. I'm sure that yours is bigger. She didn't peek inside the room across the hall, but she knew the size of the beds for Alpha, Luna, and their children in the Red Moon pack, and they definitely looked bigger than this one. Damon hummed ambiguously. So, you think that this bed is small? No, Talia quickly said. It's just that this bed is for one person. Aren't you more comfortable in your bed? Well, Damon drawled, technically, this is my bed. In my personal opinion, this bed is just fine for the two of us, Damon said, and tightened his hold on Talia. It looked like a queen-size bed, and he wished that it seemed smaller so that they could squeeze closer if possible. But I see your point. I will order a bigger one tomorrow. No, please, don't. Is this bed small or not? Make up your mind, Damon said with amusement in his voice. Talia let out a long breath. Forget that I said anything. Damon chuckled, and Talia felt his face pressing at the top of her head. Did he just kiss her there? She didn't know, and she didn't dare ask. Damon's hot breath caressed Talia's scalp, and the unfamiliar sensation created butterflies in her stomach. Talia still felt undecided if coming to the Dark Howler's pack seemed like a good thing or not, but she knew that spending time with Damon felt anything other than boring. Talia listened to his steady heartbeat, and the slow rise and fall of his chest lulled her to sleep. Damon's hold felt solid, and it made Talia feel safe, like nothing bad could reach her, urging her to relax and drop her guard. For tonight, at least. Damon's warmth enveloped her, and his scent of the forest and dark chocolate soothed her. And without knowing how or when, Talia drifted off to sleep.
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.